Hi guys, Hippie Homesteader here. I wanted to share with you all a couple of videos I'm doing today on just things to do around the house. As I've said in my Facebook and other places, I am a homestead dreamer. I'm not necessarily at the level of a true homestead, what I want as a homestead yet. I live in a city, I own a home with a small backyard, but and because of my husband's job, we move a lot, and so it would be really kind of pointless to try to establish a good garden or a good amount of chickens, a flock of chickens, or the goats that I want, or anything like that. It really is pointless because we're gonna have to pack up and leave. And the house we're in right now, we actually bought when we first moved here. And we'll be leaving by the end of the year. And we've only been here for a year and a half. It was a little quicker than we were expecting to have to get out of here. So with that said, just because I don't have land yet, and just because I don't have a way to raise crops and raise animals and do everything that I want to do, does not mean I cannot start homesteading. And as Patera over at Appalachia's Homestead, as well as I believe his name is Zach on An American Homestead, both of them you can find on YouTube, and I will also put a link below this video. But they are really big on learning your skills, learning skill sets, period, point blank. You've got to learn skill sets. No homesteader or even prepper are going to make it forever if they don't have skill sets to fall back on. You can have all the gizmos and gadgets you want, but unless you have the ability, the knowledge, the know-how to do the things that will last a long period of time, you are really going to hurt yourself, honestly. You're not going to get anywhere, go any further. So with that said, let's get to our bread. Alright guys, so here we are. I am set up for my bread making. As you can see, I have my flour here. I have my salt, my sugar, my sunflower oil. Why I use it, I don't know guys, honestly. One day I decided to buy it instead of regular vegetable oil, and I kind of like it. It seems much more, I don't know, it's lighter. And I've started frying some things recently, and it's lighter. It's not nearly as heavy and thick as vegetable oil is. So, or even Crisco. So I use that now. So anyway, excuse me. And then my yeast right here. And then my hot water for my yeast is over here, my warm water. This recipe that I'm making is called Frugal Homemade Bread from frugalfamilyhome.com. I just had, gone out and Googled a bunch of different breads. I didn't know, I didn't have any recipes to make. The few that I do have here in some of my older cookbooks that my grandma gave me, they called for bread machine, and I didn't feel like doing all the calculating and figuring to turn it into a regular recipe, so I just stuck with going out and finding one on Google. Here we go. I think we're good now. So it says to put your yeast in your water. I haven't done that yet. I don't do that. I've watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I've seen people put the yeast directly into the first group of flour. So that's what I'm going to do. Here's our yeast. We're going to put that in there. Just pour that little bad boy in there. And then our salt goes in. There's the bowl. And then our sugar goes in. And then we have to mix that really well and get it good and mixed up in there. Sorry, this is the first time I've made a video like this, so stirring and holding the camera is kind of awkward, and I'm making a mess. Gonna mix that in. Okay. Then I'm going to add my 2 cups of warm water and my oil. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, the only way you will see this is if it actually works out. Yep. So if this actually shows up online, that means it all worked out. Okay, guys, so we just mix all this and then we slowly mix in the rest of the flour. Let me do that off camera and I will get back to you guys. This is where we're at now. I have mixed the bread, all the ingredients together, and I have kneaded it. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a kneading bread. This is not a no-knead net bread. You will have to, knead this out for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. I actually put the timer on, so I did it right. So I've put it in my plastic Dollar Tree right here. Nice, huh? Pretty little spring bowl covered in oil. Now I'm going to cover it with a towel and stick it in my oven with the light on because that is going to be the warmest area of my house right now. And we are going to let it rise for about, how long? It says an hour. Once we let it rise for that hour, we are going to then punch it down and place it in the loaf pans, and then it's going to double rise for another 30 minutes. And after that, we cook it at 350 for 30 to 35 minutes. I will share the link to this bread at thefrugalfamilyhome.com. I will share that link for you. And this is, like I said, this is just one of the recipes I'm going to try. I've tried some in the past, which were amazing, but the really sad thing is I don't know where I got that recipe from. And we've moved 4 times since then, and that was like 6 years ago. And I cannot find that recipe. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where I found it. So, you know, that's the great thing with doing this consistently is you get to try different recipes. I believe this is the one I tried the other day where we ended up having big globs instead of actual loaves. But hey, like I said, it was edible. Kind of turned into a what do you call them, casserole bread or a soup bread that you could eat with your side meal. So, okay guys, we're going to let this rise. We will come check it out at 8:38. It's 9:25. I let it actually rise a little bit longer because when I checked on it a little while ago, it just did not look like it had risen very much. So, here is, oh, look at that pretty dough. Isn't that pretty? Put it into 2 greased pans right here, right there, and let it rise for another 30 minutes, and then we'll bake it. So I punched it down. Let me separate this out, put it in my loaf pans. We're going to let it rise another 30 minutes, roughly about 10 o'clock. Hopefully I should be able to get this finished and risen by 10 o'clock. I'm a night owl. I'm usually up late anyway, so this doesn't really, it's not that big a deal to me. The last time I made bread, I let it rise the first time. I separated it out into the 2 loaves, and then I let it rise again, and it didn't rise. I don't know what I had done wrong, but it didn't rise. And I am just so excited. Look at that. Ah, how pretty is that? It rose a second time. I am so excited. So I'm about to put this in. I'm preheating the oven right now. And I'm going to put these in, and I'm going to bake them up, and oh, we're going to have us some bread. My son, come here, wants to be introduced. Say hi. Come over here. Say hi. Hi. This is Anthony. Oh, there he is. Hi. This is my son, Anthony. He is 12 years old.
Going on 13.
Going on 13. He'll be 13 the end of the year. And he is where Cindy likes to bake, and Cindy wants to be a chef, and she likes to cook. This little man has already told us that he wants to open his own restaurant and become a cook. So we're going to, he's looking at going to a culinary arts school when he gets older. So we're excited about that. But right now, at this exact moment, I am so excited. They're so pretty. Nice. I'm so happy. Like, look how much they rose. See how big those are?
You can push it in and it'll come back up.
So, okay, guys. I am heating up the preheat in the oven. As soon as it's finished preheating, we will cook these up. 350. Stick them in, bub. Oh, hold on.
I was take your cast iron skillet out.
I was drying my cast iron skillet off. There we go. Now, put it in. There you go, right in the middle.
How long?
Set it for 30 minutes. Everywhere that I've read that makes bread, they say check it the first time. Check your bread the first time at the minimum amount of time you needed to cook the bread. That's when you really need to start checking your bread. You can go and start checking it. You can let it keep cooking, but the first time you need to check it is at the lowest time. So 30 minutes is when we're going to check it. Here is my bread. It is done, and can you hear that? I think that means it's done. I think that's the hollow sound they're expecting. So let's get this bread out of the bread pans.
What are you talking to me?
Let's see here. Oh, it turned out perfectly. It just rolled right out of there. Let's see. Here, take that. Thank you. It's not a very pretty bread, and I know that. But I mean, you can see how it looks kind of goofy there. But that's because I don't really know how to create an actual loaf yet. So we'll get there. But other than that, look how pretty this is. It's, oh, that smells amazing. I, right now, am one proud, baker. First time, well, actually, this isn't a first time. This is a 5th or 6th try, but each time it's been edible. This is the first time I've gotten actual loaves. I'm excited. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all visiting. I appreciate you being here with me, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.